Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning. To this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. Happy weekend to all that have been watching us from wherever you are in Nigeria, in the United States, in UK, and all over the world. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program Bystanders at the Newsstands, and I have my wonderful committed viewers here this morning. They're here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Okay, let's move straight to newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Daily Trust newspaper. I have the Vanguard, if I may be correct. Yeah, I have the Vanguard and the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Uh, let's look at what we have at the Daily Trust. Can we trust the Daily Trust? Amidst legal issues, PDP to proceed with convention. Amidst legal issues, PDP to proceed with convention. Despite Sim-Nin linkage, kidnappers, bandits still demand ransom via phones. Despite Sim and NIN linkage, kidnappers, bandits still demand ransom via phones. Why it isn't working, experts are saying policy effective from Pantami, saying the policy is effective. Buhari leads Nigeria's delegation to Saudi Arabia Investment Summit. Buhari leads Nigeria's delegation to Saudi Arabia Investment Summit. 780 million naira fraud. EFCC grills ex-Senate President Ayim. 780 million naira fraud. EFCC grills ex-Senate President Ayim. Gunmen attack Ogun Church, abduct 3 worshippers. Gunmen attack Ogun Church, abduct 3 worshippers. 33 states may not pay salaries as 172 billion naira deduction ground revenue disbursement. 33 states may not pay salaries as 172 billion naira deduction ground revenue disbursement. That's all we have on the Daily Trust this morning, or that's all we can take on the Daily Trust this morning. I have the Vanguard this morning. Nigeria can't solve insecurity with alarming unemployment rates. Nigeria can't solve insecurity with alarming unemployment rate. NLC TOC 1. Editors Conference. Insecurity posting negative development indices. Insecurity posting negative development indices. According to Afe Babalola, let's have 1960 or 1963 constitution before 2023 elections. Let's have 1960 or 1963 constitution before 2023 elections. Okay, airport concessioning. Anxiety in aviation sector as FG names bidders today. Anxiety in aviation sector as FG names bidders today. 4 international airports up for concessioning. 4 international airports up for concessioning. Kasima bids for Kano Airport. Kasima bids for Kano Airport. We ought to be given right of first refusal by Courtney. We ought to be given the right of first refusal by Courtney. That's from by Courtney. Concession will improve airport facilities, airline operators. Concession will improve airport facilities from airline operators. External reserves set to hit $41 billion, highest in 2 years. External reserves set to hit $41 billion, highest in 2 years. EFCC grills ex-SGF Ayim over 780 million naira fraud. EFCC grills ex-LGF Ayim over 780 million naira fraud. 60th birthday. 60th birthday. Adefaye, man of honor, integrity says Fayemi, Oni, Bankole, Eku, and others. Adefaye, man of honor, integrity say Fayemi, Oni, Bankole, Eku, others. Oyo jailbreak will recapture fleeing inmates. Aregbesola vows we will recapture fleeing inmates. Aregbesola vows and recall and let's know that one of the fleeing inmates is Wakil of Igangan. Wakil, the supported Fulani herdsmen of Igangan, that was involved in kidnapping and terrorizing the Igangan community. He is at large. Tension as ex-militants clash in Delta Creek. Tension as ex-militants clash in Delta Creek. Attack on rail track confirms bandits are terrorists. That's from Christian Association of Nigeria. Attack on rail track confirms bandits terrorists as Ansaruddin urges FG to expose sponsors of vanity. As Ansaruddin urges FG to expose sponsors of banditry. I want to say yesterday was Liverpool versus Man U yesterday. However, it was 5 goals to nothing. Everybody is saying that Ole should go out of that place. I'm very sorry for Man U fans. Sorry, Mr. David, I'm very sorry for the loss yesterday. Can I have you this morning? Okay.
Good morning, Christian.
Good morning.
Yeah. Thank God for a brand new week.
I came here
Happy
this morning.
new week.
I came here this morning. I'm hearing Man U and Liverpool. It's a sorry.
It's so saddening. I watched that match too. But the Man U is no more united now. It's not Manchester U, it's Manchester disunited now. So anger in everybody's body yesterday, because that match, I don't see what's Man U. I never even see what Man U
Are you a
played.
Man U fan?
I'm a bona fide Man U fan, right from Eric Cantona, then with the stars like David Beckham, with their stars and this same Ororo that cannot fry chin again. Not to talk of chicken, man. I so pity for Man U, man.
Okay, let's look at. Despite Sim-Nin Linkage, kidnappers, bandits still demand ransom. Policy still effective, but I'm saying.
You see, all these things with NIM, with all this SIM registration, there is still an insider that are feeding these kidnappers. Crime is like a network. All these people, they have their guys that are supplying them information. Same thing like all these bandits. They said they are, at least there was a time they said they linked some military guys to bandits. They are loyal to the bandits. They are loyal to the Boko Haram. That's how everything is. There is an organized crime, and when all these people, when they want to perpetrate their evil, they have people even within NCC, Nigerian Communication, what's it called? Yes, Commission. They may have. They have spy. Look at the jailbreak in Oyo. Look at the jailbreak in Oyo likewise. Do you think without any crime there won't be informant? There won't be underground informant that will. So, please, the so-called government, right, should sanitize its people to let us know the who that are threatening them to pass information to the terrorists, to the Boko Harams. To the, because I see no reason why with all this same link, NIM, everything, these people are still perpetrating their evil acts. They say you should go and register name because you want to be tracking, the criminals all around. But it's not working. It seems nothing works in this country, because when you bring out a policy, there are some people to thwart that policy to their own, gain advantage. So informants, underground informants that are working with criminals that are destroying this country, there are a lot of them. Even in the political circles, they are informants that cross from APC to PDP to go and start destabilize the party from APC to PDP. So, you see, I think we need a brand new Nigeria, the way I see things now.
Like Babalola said that let's have 1960 or 1963 constitution before 2020 elections. What's your take on that?
These are the old men talking, and they know Nigeria more than we. They've witnessed the sin in Nigeria, activities in Nigeria that more before we were born. So I give respect to that kind of man. We should, if we don't know where we are going, we should go back to the constitution, the whole constitution, and start all over where we're coming from, because it's going to help a lot. Because it is now the whole country is confused, constitutionally it's confused, politically it's confused. So let us go back to the old constitution, as he said, and start bringing out the goodies that makes Nigerian great then, that makes the political cycle, interesting then. So if it is that will save us from this calamity we are into now.
Calamity.
Yes, Nigeria is we are in a calamity state now, as it is now. Things are not working well, except we want to pretend for ourselves. Is it not a state, a government fighting a region, of part of a region that is governing? Look at federal government versus Southeast. Is that not crisis that is happening already? Why should a father be fighting his son? Eh? Why should a father be fighting his son? Serious, I mean, let's ask ourselves serious questions. You know, you said you're a federal government, you are fighting a region. A region is not at peace. Or instead of you calling, everybody calling to Georgia, everybody's, you know, posting on battles on the battleground that, you know, they will overwhelm, they do this, they do that. I mean, it's uncalled for. It is just the terrible state I've ever witnessed in this country. The most terrible state I've ever witnessed in a country called Nigeria. That there's peace has never reigned since over how many years these people have been in power. There has been no peace.
We recapture fleeing inmates. Aregbesola vows.
This same Mr. Aregbesola, I'm not just criticizing, but I'm giving constructive criticism. Aregbesola is from my state. This is the same man that said it openly when he was appointed as Minister for Interior. He said he doesn't even know anything about the job. He doesn't even know how to go about the job. I'm quoting him, and he said so. And the president still deem it fit to put such a man into a very sensitive position like Interior Minister. That is to secure. You know, he's in charge of our security. He's in charge of you and I security. But what has he been doing? Nothing. He's a failure on that. I think he should be one of the ministers that's supposed to be sacked. And this same man that went to, when he was a governor, this same man that packed masquerade, Christian, Muslim, Islamic, traditionally, all together in the school. The educational system of Osun State became jargons, became nonsensical, because people were just doing what the student had the free will to start fighting for everybody starts fighting for their different ethnic, their different religious, you know, issues. And the chaos the guy caused in that area, in that state when he was a governor, is enough for this big, you know. Look at his palm top that he brought, the computer, what's it called, that he went to assemble in China. It's not more functioning in that state. I'm just saying the truth, because charity begins at home. Aregbesola is my governor. Why? Was my governor. I mean, was my governor, and he's my Minister of Interior now. But where is the security in the town? It's not just appointing people on political, you know, patronage. I don't give that man need to be sacked, because for one jailbreak too many. There was one that happened it started from Benin to east from Imo State. It's now Oyo State now. So what are we saying? He doesn't know his job. He should be relieved of his job. I don't know what.
We hear that Wakil is at large from that state.
Yeah, that is what part of what I'm saying. They have to be proactive. Is the Minister of Interior proactive? Is this immigration, or what do they call those guys? Prison officers. Are they really loyal? That's what I'm saying. Informant. If Aregbesola wants to do his job, he knows what to do. He knows what to do. He has to profile those, what's it called, prisoner warders. Profile them. Investigate them, and get who is loyal to the government and who is not loyal. They are informants among those warders, prison warders. They are, you know, informants among them. How do they break a jail and about 500 people escape? It was a well-coordinated, you know, move that they carried out, and the Home Minister with the staffs, enormous staffs he has around him. He controls the immigration until he controls the immigration. He was supposed to be controlling custom until they moved custom to finance, under Ministry of Finance, right? And he control any other uniform men that you're talking of, except I don't know about police. He's not in charge of police, but they used to be in charge of police then. So that Interior Minister is a very powerful post, and this guy is playing politics with it. Instead of him facing his job, he's still fighting his successor. That's Oyetola. They are still. I mean, you can't be here. You either be here, not here, there. You can't be everywhere. So the ministers, this Mr. Buhari is working with, they are non-performance minister. They are not worthy to be ministers. Please, they should do the needful.
Lastly, past leaders lacked courage to deal with existential threats that's from the presidency. past leaders lack the courage to deal with existential threats.
Existential threat. They've been talking of the Boko Haram of the past, the what's it called, the swap, I swap, or what they call those ones of the swap of the past. And if he says that there wasn't like nothing like threat, more threat under Obasanjo, there was a threat under Yaroda, but Yaroda copped the threat. Yaroda as a managerial skillful president, he managed the Niger Delta issue there, and he brought it down to the lowest minimum, right? And when Jonathan too came, the issue of how to curb the terrorists, have to start from the foundation. That a children you don't train, tomorrow will become a bastard to you. Then he said, instead of these people begging all around, constituting nuisance, let me build schools for them. Major schools. So if it is that, I think the person saying that is not telling us the truth. I don't know. That's the president. We need to be told the truth, but that's not the truth that is coming out. Because all effort, his predecessors make all efforts to curb we could remember this same Jonathan wanted to fight Bandits, the Boko Haram, but there was a gang up for international body not to release ammunition for him, right? Nevertheless, it wasn't the same man too, because there was a lot of corruption that went down, in which one of the SST man is being probed. The corruption that went under Jonathan, Ayim, Fayos Ayim, Stella Ojo, all of them, and this Akijide, that woman that was Minister for State, for a lot of them went on, stealing spree, and there's that stealing going on periodically in this regime now. So for that person to be saying that, I don't think is on point with that.
Finally, Mr. Kule.
Yeah.
Finally, final thoughts.
My final thoughts about the country or about the whole system around.
Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, my final thought is, I still keep saying, the youths, don't be a slave. Stop being a slave. I'm a youth too. Me, I've decided not to be a slave. Now, shine your eye. The powers you have for NSAS, to coordinate NSAS, to fight for your right, the same power you need now to fight to take back our right. And you can't take your right back on a platter of gold. You have to struggle for it. Let's start the struggle now. Election they say they want to do, let us organize ourselves, see what we can bring up on the table in any party we want to form or any party we want to align with. Let us start the alignment now. Not blame game on all these guys. Those guys, they enjoy what you are doing, criticizing them alone. But what are the move we are making? Let us make the right move and seize the power from these people. Enough of this oppression, enough of this depression, and enough of this, the rascality going on in the government of the day. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I have Mr. Chikose. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian.
How are you doing?
This one is you are putting up this look and the Talibanian.
Lagos State government.
I hope all is well.
All is well.
Well, good morning, esteemed viewers.
Nigeria can't solve insecurity with alarming unemployment rates. What's your take on that?
I think the government of Buhari don't understand such English. So my people will say, Budi. You need to break it down to the point that you could understand, if at all, you can comprehend. Well, let me start with the Anambra election that is around the corner. You see that, I've been in Lagos State, is not, could not participate in the Anambra election because I'm not resident in Anambra State. And I wouldn't be here to say the election will go on or will not go on. But what I want to point out is that the federal government should not appear to be more interested in the gubernatorial election holding in Anambra State than the people or the people resident in Anambra State. You see, they shouldn't appear to be more interested. You see, because it is the Anambra people who are the electoral who are the electorates that decides whether for the election to hold or not. Because you can't leave Christian issues and be focusing on frivolities, certain shadows. So, and any use of force to intimidate people could end up could end up more devastating. It could be a way of declaring war against the Anambra people, against the entire Igbo race, which of course will not end up well, because the people might also have to resort. So it behoves of the government to his advisors should do the needful. He should hear and listen to the yearnings of the people. So it's the people who owns the government. The government belongs to them, and they have the right to select.
They have a role to play in the election.
Yes, it has the role to play, and it shouldn't play. Dismiss the yearnings, the position of the people. So which form the greater population. When the electorate say we are not interested in the Anambra election for now, let's fix the fundamental issues, because we have been having elections and being denied dividends of democracy. Just like as you are saying now, unemployment is what spike up the insecurity. So if those factors are not addressed, if the teeming population of the youth are not given an opportunity to be carefully engaged, then what are you planning for? You are just busy planning to worsen the already overheated politics. It's very unfortunate. The government of the day, but unfortunately, the government have made his position known that he is only interested in borrowing to exit recession. How could a government with over 250 population, 250 million population, resort to borrowing as the only way to exit, to create a good life for her own people? You can see that that government is already doomed. That government has already collapsed. Because you cannot tell me that, okay, with the money you are borrowing, how much can you circulate among the 250 million people? You are just calling for more insecurity, calling for more people to take up arms, calling for more people to begin to engage in all sorts of crime against the society as a way of survival. Because you can't tell me that 250 million people you can subject them to the point of penury. You see, we are already the situation is already already escalated. So rather than thinking a way to cushion the effect of this economic hazard, and you are just telling us that you cannot do anything. You lack the faculty, the acumen to drive a viable economy. The only thing you can do is keep on borrowing. And how many people is affected by that, positively affected by that borrowing? You are rather incurring more debt and aggravating the already worsened situation of your supposed citizens, of which Mr. Kunle said we have to return back to where? Where are you returning? We have no point of return. We have lost direction as far as Nigeria is concerned. So the only way is that let everybody to his tent, or Israel. Because as it stands now, look at the height of the rate of unemployment. And most of those facilities or factories are still folding up. What could be the reason? Government anti-policies and the uncertainty in the exchange rate and all that, economic policies. It shows that there is a bleak future for this country. As far as this country remains, this system remains, it's very unfortunate.
Okay.
So this security cannot be better than we have not seen the worst in the course of time.
The Christian Association of Nigeria said attack on rail track confirms bandits terrorists. Why is it that the federal government is still considering naming these people or branding them terrorists?
Yes, was it yesterday? The Christian Pentecostal Fellowship or the PFM asked the people to defend themselves. You see, the problem of this country is more of religion, because the religious people or the clergy or the imam, they refuse to tell the people the truth. They refuse to tell the government the truth. And now we are all caught up in this trap, in this net. So everybody is a victim of the circumstances. If there is no security, you can't hold your mosque, you can't hold your prayer, Juma prayer, you can't hold Sunday service. So they failed to recognize that fact, just living in denial. But unfortunately, we are where we are. So the only way forward, look at the whole Borno State. Are they still holding Sunday service? I think the pastors there might look for another thing to do, or possibly relocate to other safer regions. So that is the fundamental issues. When you left Christian issues untouched and disaster looms, it affects everybody. That is why we are calling for the dissolution of this Nigerian state, because that is the only option left. Every other option have been exhausted. So the only option left for humanity to be preserved is let every region return to its place, or possibly, of course, the other nations springs up. That is the only thing that can pacify the aggrieved regions who have been subjects of marginalization, deprivation, and misgovernance over the decades. So we cannot continue in such level of mediocrity and inhuman system. It's very unfortunate.
Lastly, once Garba said that the trial of Nnamdi Kanu will stop the activities of IPOB. What's your take on that?
Who is Garba?
Well, the former presidential candidate.
It's very unfortunate. You see, I think the northern people have lost sense of reasoning. By the way, what stops the North from standing independent of their own? If they claim they have the majority, they claim they have expanse of land, then what stops you? It means you are parasitic in nature and you are not productive. If the likes of Garuba is from northern extraction and the northern people or northern region is being tagged as the most impoverished region of the earth, of the world, of the planet Earth, then what is the essence of Mr. Garuba or whatever he calls himself being in the corridor of power? You see, they have not used that privilege to better the lots of their own people. So why must you depend on the southern people for survival? Why must you continue to rip off the southern people? You see, getting fat at the expense of the southern people. While our homes and environment have been desecrated, our homes have been, water bodies have been polluted. We have no access to potable drinking water. We have no access to roads, accessible roads. See, due to the deprivation and the misgovernance, you see, that have been perverted, that have been sustained for several decades. So Garuba should rather be interested in how to fix their own region, which almost have been destroyed, have been damaged, and to lift the people alone. So IPOB, of course, is it material whether Nnamdi Kanu is under detention or not? For me, I would describe Mazi Nnamdi as a loyal servant. You see, he's just an errand boy. When you bring to fore, you are talking about the Biafrans. You see, Nnamdi Kanu is just one out of over 70 million. So we have millions of his like who are just asking for an opportunity to express themselves. You see, so telling me that holding back Nnamdi Kanu will forestall the uh, pursuits of the restoration of Biafran state is just talking based on his limited knowledge, and it's very unfortunate. I believe, based on my findings, that nothing can stop Biafra. Biafra is a spirit, and as it stands now, if you cannot stop people from coming to Abuja to witness, you can see the heralding crowd that graced that 21st. As if you cannot stop them from all walks of life. Some traveled down to Abuja, they lodge themselves just to witness that. You can't stop them from being there. Then you think you can stop IPOB by holding back Nnamdi Kanu. It's just the height of irresponsibility and the insensitivity.
Okay.
So the best thing for Garuba, or whatever you call him, is to advise the northern people to keep away from anything that has to do with Biafra. Because when you cannot stop a rolling stone, when you fell on it, you will be dashed in pieces. And when you rolls over you, you'll be crushed. That is what Biafran movement represents now. And the people are fed up with the system. So the only way you can pacify the Biafran or the IPOP is the restoration of their nation, of their fatherland, which of course they are committed and they are ready to pay or lay down their life in defense of their fatherland.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. Just give me 1 minute, please. We have the Babajide Sanwo-Olu Academy, BOS, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu Academy, the first edition of this academy. There was a conference held at Alausa, and this is geared towards development and massive youth participation in sports, development of sports in Lagos State, held at the Baogoda Press Center. The Elite Sport Project took a new dimension as Lagos government brought together top professionals and technocrats in pursuance of excellence. In attendance are the aides to the governor of the project, Mr. Tayo Sayonlu, SSP on tertiary education, youth and students relation matters, Mrs. Osemi Oluwajuyi, Mrs. Titi Oshodi, Mr. Adosu Joseph, former Super Eagles goalkeeper, Mr. Anthony Adebe, senior special assistant on sports, Mr. Goyega Akosile, chief press secretary, Mr. Goyega Akosile, chief press secretary, Mr. Dotu Koka, Dr. Bejuoye Bukola, Mr. Otumba Akujere, FIFA scout, and many others. Top-notch people engaged in this project. We are looking forward to this project engendering developments in sports in Lagos State, a big one for the governor of the state. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
They said they've seen Sim-Nin Linkage. Despite that policy, bandits, kidnappers still demand for ransom via phone. What's your take on that?
My take is that, thank you very much for having me. Matthew is the name. My take is that the whole exercise did not yield the needed results.
Okay.
Because I've not seen activities of bandits coming down in the areas where they have been holding sway. In Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Niger, in Minna, in Katsina. So if 2, 3, 4, 5 months after linking our phone numbers to our national identification number, we still see the spike increase in the activities of bandits, I think the whole aim have been defeated. Obviously, it has been defeated. Because parents is a known fact that they still negotiate with bandits. And they pay ransom, humongous amount for that matter. And the security agents do not leverage on the information at the disposal of the parents of the kidnapped students to get at the bandits. More so, as even Sheikh Gumi have visited bandits in their enclave severally. There are pictorial evidences of his visits. And the government have not utilized that opportunity to know their whereabouts for the purpose of decimating them. So I don't think the exercise of linking our phone number with our national identification number yielded any positive results.
Is it a good policy?
Normally, it would have been a good policy if they had put it to good use. I mean, the advantages that comes out of it. But if what they made us understand is that they want to use it to curb insecurity, especially in the areas where bandits and banditry is ravaging the country. And after the linkage, we are not seeing a reduction in the activities of bandits. So how do you now convince me or any other Nigerian for that matter that the exercise recorded any success? But again, I think the government is not sincere against the fight against banditry. I say it particularly because I'm taking time to study the body language, the action and inaction of the federal government when it comes to banditry. Why would the federal government refuse or reluctant in declaring bandits as terrorists? More so as we are going to realize that the agreement the Nigerian government entered with American government says that you can only use those 29 Super Tucano jets on on terrorists and border criminals. So the way it stands, Nigerian government do not have the leverage going by that agreement to use that Tucano jet on bandits. Almost all the stakeholders are on the same page. The Conference of Speakers of House of Assemblies in Nigeria rose from a meeting 2 days ago advising federal government to tag and designate bandits as terrorists. RFI, who should know better? The governor of Kaduna State have advised.
Why do you say he should know better?
Because Kaduna State happens to be the epicenter of banditry currently.
Okay.
Have advised Mr. President that they should declare bandits as terrorists. The two chambers of National Assembly have advised Mr. President, have passed a resolution, have advised Mr. President to designate bandits as terrorists. For reason best known to Mr. President and the presidency, they have not done that. And you see the activities of bandits being more ferocious than even Boko Haram, than the non-insurgents. So if you ask me, I don't have any explanation as to why federal government have refused to kickstart the process of tagging bandits terrorists. The only speculation I can do is speculative anyway, that because Sheikh Gumi have told us that bandits are Fulani henchmen who claim that their cars have been rustled, they now take it as an excuse to take to crime. That is the only speculation I can make as to the reason Mr. President and the presidency perhaps is reluctant in targeting terrorists. Perhaps because they are his kinsmen. I think that's the only explanation I have.
Okay, past leaders lacked courage to deal with existential threats. Presidency replies the economists.
Is the current government dealing with existential threat, or they are the one creating multifarious existential threats? The activities of this government, the policies of this government, the action and inaction of this government have created more existential threats more than they met on ground. Is it not as a result of the government inaction to address the issue of essence of the headers that gave rise to Sunday Igboho, which they now see as an existential threat? Is it not the attitude of the federal government in addressing essence of the headers in the southeast that gave rise to ESN? Is it not the policy of government when this government came on board that they will give 5% attention to people who gave them 5% vote and 95% attention to people who gave them 95% vote? Is it not what polarizes the country to the level where we are? That you see the activities of secessionists becoming more louder and more people are signing on to the project of secession. You seldom hear about secession in the southwest here before, but currently you can see it happening in our very presence. So is it not the policy, the action, and inaction of this government that gave rise to all this? Can we forget in a hurry about the activities of Wakili, who held sway in the Balapana local government area of Oyo State at the time? And there were a series of accusations of kidnapping, land grabbing, and all that against him. And the federal government did not address it. Was it not part of what gave rise to Sunday Igboho? When Sunday Igboho gave a quit order to him, issued a quit order against him. So I think the government is not telling us the truth. I think the government is operating on a double standard. The government is operating on a double standard of Fulani against the others. Because ordinarily, why will every stakeholder in the country be on the same page as to how to address the issue of clashes between the herders and host communities, and only the presidency is standing alone? Because all the 36 governors have agreed that the way to go is ranching. And Mr. President and the presidency is telling us that we need to go back to grazing reserve and grazing route that never even existed in our constitution. So why? And these are the things that are fueling this, bringing about existential threats. So the presidency cannot be telling us that. He is insulting our sensitivity. Normally, in a situation in a country, the government is supposed to have monopoly of coercive power. But unfortunately, bandits are sharing that power with governments. Fulani herdsmen are sharing that power with governments. What is it called?
Non-state actors. There is a non-state actor.
Generally speaking, non-state actors are sharing this power with governments. And you are talking about that other federal government do not have the whip power to address existential threats. When the issue of Owazurike, when Owazurike was leading movement for leading Masop under Obasanjo at the time arrested him. At the time, Obasanjo realized that there was need for carrot and stick approach, and it worked. So if Mr. President wants us to take it seriously, let us stop this kid glove approach he's using to handle bandits. Let Nigerian government roll out all Nigerian armory in our arsenal. Sorry, all our arsenal in our armory against the bandits. And see whether you cannot deny the fact that they are terrorizing the country. Recently, there was attack on Kaduna Abuja line, and it had been speculated that bandits are responsible. So what else have they not done that known terrorists are doing? They have brought down Nigerian fighter jets. They have even kidnapped more than Boko Haram. So what have they done? What has Boko Haram done more than what havoc, what evil, what human treatment have Boko Haram done more than bandits? That the federal government will be watching. That the federal government will be handling them with kid gloves.
Okay.
So for me, the government is not sincere.
Finally, Mr. Martin.
My final thought is that federal government should, without delay, start the process of declaring bandits as terrorists.
Okay.
Because even Mr. President have alluded to the fact before now that these criminal elements among the Fulani herders come from foreign countries. So that puts someone in a feast, and one is forced to believe that Mr. President is handing them with kid gloves because they're from the same ethnicity. And it's unfortunate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Matthew. You can click on the link. There's a link that will be posted on the live chat this morning. You can click on that link and be part of the program. This morning, click on that link, join, and we'll have you talk to us and give your opinion, your position on what we are discussing today. I have Mr. David here this morning. Mr. David of Mayu. Mayu for life.
Mr. Chuku, Manchester United like that.
I'm not Mayu.
Manchester United like that. Yes. Yesterday was also so brutal. The result was so.
Somebody said
humiliating.
it was when Buhari joined Mayu that
I will tell Bati. I reject Bati in my life. Buhari can never be a Man U fan. I reject Bati.
Why? He
He
has the right to
But
join.
he has no right. He has no right. I said the Manchester United from here in Nigeria. So let's not talk about Man U. Man U has done jazz. So yesterday, but
Okay. 16 governors support Tinubu. Most people in diaspora support Tinubu for 2023 presidency.
who are the 16 governors? Before the 16 governors. So
Should I name them?
I would like to know their names.
We have governors in the southwest,
And governors in the north.
some governors in the north.
Governors in the north are just deceiving Tinubu. You know now, you know this. Even the then ex-president, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, did everything to retain that office. But still, the north did not allow him. These people are betrayal. Just like what Shehu Sani said. Did you listen to his tweet yesterday? Shehu Sani said, he said, Mina. He was referring to Babangida. He said, Mina help Otta. Otta is OBJ. Helped him to the villa. Now Otta did not release the key of the villa to Mina. Meaning OBJ, IBB too wanted to become the president, but see what OBJ did not give him that key to the villa. And now Jagaban helped Buhari to become president. Do you think Buhari would give him the
Okay, Lagos help Katsina.
Lagos helped Katsina? Now, do you think Katsina would what relinquish that power? It is not possible. I've told people, I said Tinubu should forget about presidency come 2020 because he does not have what it takes to become the president of the country.
He does not have what it takes.
Yes. Now, you need now politics. They say has to do with numbers. Does he have the numbers? But
he's the one that pulled numbers for Buhari.
he did not put number for Buhari. Buhari himself, ever since he has been contesting, has about 12 million votes. Solo effort. Even when there was no what measure. Even when Buhari was in CPC, Buhari single-handedly has 12 million votes to his credit without Tinubu forming alliance with him. So now let us not forget that now Tinubu Buhari has been popular in the north. Up to now, is he popular? So let us not do that. So Tinubu did not help him. Buhari on his own has what it takes. He has the power and he has the number too. So
no show for Tinubu 2023.
There will be only show for Tinubu if the opposition does not give the northern candidate the ticket. That is the only way Tinubu can win. But if the opposition party PDP gives their presidential ticket to not let Tinubu go and sit down. You all know it. That was see whosoever wants to become president must win north. You know, he must win north overwhelmingly. So do you think Tinubu is not popular in north? All Tinubu popularity ends.
Somebody saying, are you sure?
I'm very sure all Tinubu popularity ends here in south. Okay, now are you telling me now let us compare and contrast. I'm not supporting either of them. Now let PDP give Atiku the ticket now, and let APC give Tinubu the ticket. Who do you think would emerge? Who do you think would win the election? Atiku will win him. Atiku will win him because see, an average northern person will not support Tinubu. That is it. An average northern person would not support Tinubu. Yeah, that is it. Is Tinubu popular in the north? No. And Atiku is son of the soil. Even look at the 2019 election. If you see statistics, Buhari Atiku match Buhari. Even in the north, he matched him. So compared to someone from the south, so you think the northern will be so daft and stupid for them to vote for Tinubu? Yesterday, the northern Arewa youth said Buhari did not. They were the opinion that was northern have not complete their tenure. That was 6 years of Buhari is waste. That's what they said. So now they said North will still rule because Buhari did not rule well. That the 6 years of this current administration is just waste. And then again, power must still remain in the North. Are you now telling me such people will not vote for Tinubu? It is impossible. I start to be corrected. There's no magic. There's no way. What is the formulation? What is the tactics? You think Buhari, Tinubu will win? If PDP present in the northern candidate, it's impossible. You know how northern people behave? They'll follow their brother. That on the show. Even Buhari himself, we will support Atiku. Forget story, Mr. Christian.
Okay. E-Naira is will be open today. E-Naira, digital currency.
Is it someone that want to launch the E-Naira? Is he in the country? Buhari is in the country. As he not gone to Saudi Arabia. Every day travel. Bandits went to Zamfara, NYC camp. NYC camp and kidnapped three core members. And still nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. And now he wants what of what use does the E-Naira want to benefit us?
At least digital money.
Digital money.
We are keeping up with technology in the world.
Digital money. Mr. Christian, you forget digital money. Even the currency you've not seen as safe to spend. You are talking about digital money. Is digital money our problem? I'm talking about where there is bandits invaded NYC camp in Zamfara, kidnapped 3 core members. The president traveled yesterday, left the country, going to Saudi Arabia. Are you telling me e-money? How does e-money want to benefit my life? I'm talking about how the president should address this was issue of insecurity. He should address this was lingering spike in this unemployment. These are basic needs that need to be attended to. There was a prison break in this state, Oyo State. Bandits wanted to rescue Wakili. Are you saying that prison break it was perfectly orchestrated by an insider? Yes, the Fulani paid some prison warders just to orchestrate that.
Fulani?
Yes, that was what Sarah reporter Sarah Group reported. How do you think bandits can just overpower a maximum prison? It is not impossible. Someone is inside. They have an insider. And then you know that Wakili was also in that prison. Wakili was there also in the prison. So see, why do you think the Fulani guys bring down the prison just to save Wakili? Or are you not telling me that the federal government is not aware that the same Wakili should be taken to Abuja Justice facility, where Mazin Kanu is being held? Mazin Kanu is being the government is keeping him for no reason, but Wakili that has committed so much atrocities is in prison. Why can't they transfer Wakili to the same justice facility? Why can't Wakili also be tried? That is the injustice we have been in the system. Now, bandits wanted to rescue him yesterday. I don't know if Wakili has escaped. I don't know, because there was a rumor that the bandits have freed Wakili. I don't know how true that is it.
Okay.
In the same country, bandits going to rescue their boss, and the federal government has not come out to condemn the acts. They have not said anything.
Okay. Final thought, Mr. David.
My final thought at this point is that we have a government that is biased. We have a government that is not sincere with the people they claim to have been ruling. We have a government that is so nepotic. We have a government that has totally destroyed the unity of this nation. My belief is that at this point, let Buhari take his brother Wakili. Let him transfer Wakili to Kuje, to DSS facility.
He has not been.
Eh?
He's at large.
Wakili is at large. No, he was arrested. He was in prison. Now, I think probably it was the prison break that made him run away now.
That's what I'm saying. He's at large now.
Now, in a country that Wakili is a notorious criminal, why would they keep him in detention and keep Mazi within the DSS facility? The government has announced to this. Government also know what they are doing. Imagine Gumi was saying that until if government declare Fulani as terrorists, Nigeria will not have peace. That was what Gumi said yesterday night. That if federal government declare Bandits as terrorists, he said Nigeria will not have peace. Gumi made such utterances, and now DSS has not invited Gumi. Now, if you go and check now, Wakili is in Gumi's house now, resting. Now, no, DSS has not invited Gumi. Bandits invaded prison and free Wakili. And now the government is not saying anything. My brother, enough of this country.
Okay,
the seats is too much. The best thing is that let everybody join. Good and separate ways. That is the solution.
Thank you very much. There's a link that's been posted on the live chat. Please click that link and be part of the program wherever you are. You can be part of the program so that you can ventilate your opinion. You can give us your position on the matter. On the e-Naira, Mr. Ikechukwu, let me read the story on the e-Naira. President Muhammadu Buhari will launch the e-Naira, also called Nigerian Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC, on Monday, that is today. This is contained in a statement signed by Osita Wanisobi, the Central Bank of Nigeria Director of Corporate Communications on Saturday, October 23. It is a CBN-issued digital currency that provides a unique form of money denominated in Naira. E-Naira serves as both a medium of exchange and a store of value, offering better payment prospects in retail transactions when compared to cash payments. E-Naira, as CBN explained, has an exclusive operational structure that is both remarkable and nothing like other forms of central bank money. Okay, will be launched today. That's about the e-Naira. Mr. Raf, good morning. Mr. Raf,
good morning.
Yeah,
good morning. Good morning, Christian Chico.
Alaji Raf,
yeah, thank you. Anyone you call me, but you can say Igbo man is the best federal man in Nigeria because Igbo can easily adapt to any climate, any culture, you know. Anywhere he finds himself, he will behave like the people of that particular area. That's why you see me clad with my Jamalia. I want you to know that it's not only the Hausa Fulanis are Muslims. Osman and Fodio conquered the Ilorin almost 18th centuries when they were just trying to proceed down to the south. So they dress as I do. I have a lot of friends in Yoruba here that dresses like this.
They're even Igbo Alajis.
No. Any Igbo man that is in this outfit and he claims he's a Muslim is a businessman. He's looking for money. It is impossible for the Arab and the Jews to be one. I'm telling you, it's a saying that has been long time ago that instead war should stop in the Middle East. You can only let the camel through the eye of a needle, which is why Israel and the Jews can never be together. Yitzhak Rabin tried it in 1996 and he took his life. A young graduate from the United States, Israeli.
Somebody, okay, let's have somebody.
Okay,
one person. Good morning, Mr. Udeze. We have you on the line this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Raphael. Good morning, Christian Chubu. Can you hear me?
Mr. Udeze, good morning. Let's get your position. What do you think about the NIN SIM linkage? Despite the SIM and NIN linkage by the director or chairman of NCC, the bandits still collect ransom through phone.
Yeah, thank you for accepting me on this platform. I must commend you guys. I must commend you guys for a job well done. I have been a rock listener of this broadcast. I'm so proud of you guys. First of all, about your question, about your question. It's just like somebody seeing the truth and trying to dodge from it. You know, there are insiders in the government, and if we continue this way, even in the next 100 years, I don't think there will be a breakthrough because what's the sense of the meme? Because they have already persuaded people, disrupted people's activities to go and register for it. And at the long run, we have seen the result. You know, what about this government? What about this government? Anybody that is coming on this platform or that is still in Nigeria, that is still believing in this government, or is still contradicting the opinion of somebody like Imazin Namdekalo, or the strong man that is there with him, Mr. Raphael, that is always opposing this government and standing on his ground, the only remedy, the only solution to Nigerian problem now is this. Let everybody go to his own tent, O Israel. There's no solution in Nigeria. There's no hope in Nigeria. Let me tell you the truth. Now we are still complaining that we have a president that is not working, an old man that is sitting there doing nothing. Now people are now programming for 2023 to bring another old man that we don't know his health status. What is the hope for the country? There's absolutely no hope for Nigeria in the hands of these politicians. They are there for their own selfish interest. Every right-thinking Yoruba man, Igbo man that is still living in Nigeria right now should be rooting for an independent country. Nigeria should go on their own. Oduduwa should go on their own. And Biafra should go on their own. That is the only solution. You have no rulers in Nigeria. You have no leaders in Nigeria. What we have are politicians. They are thieves. They are thieves. They don't have any interest of the masses at their heart. So forget about this thing they are saying. It will continue to leak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Udeze. Your opinion is highly welcome and treasured.
If you can remember, good luck, Jonathan.
So Mr. Deza, we thank you for your contribution. So, Christian Chukwu, you can continue with your question. You know, I'm just doing introduction when there's a
okay.
So I was just telling you about Igbo man, putting on this makes Igbo man a federal man, a man that can adapt to any climate, any culture, tradition. She understand. There's something applicable. When you said maybe you are Alaji Raphael or Alaji Tresman, no, I said no. That it is impossible for the Jews and the Arab to be together. It is impossible. And they started way back during the time of Haggai and Sarah, the wife of Abraham. To make it possible for Arab and the Jews to be together, it proves what's impossible in 1996 when Yitzhak Rabin wanted to make this what they call Middle East peace. You understand? To bring the Jews and the Arab together, it hit on the rock. Do you know what happened? Yitzhak Rabin was shot dead by just an Israeli, a graduate from United States of America, small boy. He killed Yitzhak Rabin, and nobody has been able to know how that case went on till today. I can never be a Muslim or my kinsmen. I reject it in Jesus' name. Come on, carry on with the
attack on rail track confirms bandits as terrorists.
Yes, rail track was burned, I think 3 days ago on Saturday or Friday. Do you understand? And this has made it clear that the bandits are terrorists. Their modus operandi, it is the same thing it's the same way that the Boko Haram, the same architecture, do you understand, of operation, the same thing with the Al-Qaeda, the same thing with ISIS, the same thing with Ansaru, or you call them ISWAP. Their operation is exactly an act of terrorism. Spoiling or attacking government facilities. What does that portray? It is an act of what? Arsonism. And that is the modus operation of the terrorists. The federal government has not been able to declare bandits terrorist organization, irrespective of the advices and the solution proffered by the House to the federal government of Nigeria to declare the bandits a terror organization in Nigeria. They still refuse because who brought them into this country? It's the same Buhari. Buhari knows that if a bandits get caught, they are going to grill him. And during the process of grilling him, one of them might open up that Buhari is their grand patron across Nigeria. Because these are the group of people Buhari wanted to use in 2015 to disrupt Jonathan's election. If eventually that Good Luck Jonathan won that election. I tell you, bandits were paid, terrorists like Boko Haram were paid, and many of them in the north. They were paid to come and help Buhari to disorganize or make Jonathan's regime ungovernable as he promised earlier on. I tell you that these people, the way they operate, if you look at them, they are terror organization. There's nothing different, nothing so distinctive between terrorists like Boko Haram and the so-called bandits in the north. They are the same. Bombing the railway from Nigeria to Niger Republic, even to me, is no mirage, because ask me why. How many kilometers, how many miles from Nigeria to Niger? How do you think you are going to monitor those rail lines? Do you have any border? Do you have any security posts? You mount security posts along those rails that is longer, you know, it's longer than from here to Umuahia. In the bush, in the thick jungle. So those rail lines are what? Exposed to what? Insecurity. They are exposed to danger. I'm telling you, they can attack and attack and attack it from now to 100 years. Nobody's going to protect that rail line, because there's nothing like security outposts on the rail line from Nigeria to Niger. It is so much exposed to danger. It is so much exposed to perility. What is the reason behind the construction of rail line from Nigeria to Niger Republic? Is there any strong link between Nigeria government and the Niger government? Can you tell me that? No. Buhari is doing all this thing to favor his people, Fulani. He's doing all this thing to favor his religion, Islam. He's doing all this to favor the people that always help the Fulani oligarchy to win election in Nigeria each and every time we have election in this country.
Okay. We recapture fleeing inmate Aragbeshala vows.
That's an interior minister talking here. Interior dubious minister who has failed Osun State people. When he was governor in Osun State, Aragbeshala was busy doing what? Ordering the whole primary and secondary schools to be ladies, females, to be putting on hijab. Is that what you call it? Veil. That those female hijab. Thank you. He was busy. He was so bent on religious activities instead of what? Building the facilities, the infrastructures, and the social amenities in that state. Aragbeshala was busy doing what? Conducting all manner of religious activities, conducting all manner of illicit ethnic affairs in that state. He's not busy, taking care of that state, creating employment. He was busy owing workers, government workers in Osun State. In fact, he owed over 30 states before he was chased out of power. He is busy now. Instead of mining or doing the work it should be done as the interior minister, is busy now fighting his successor, Oyetola, the so-called Oyetola that all of them, even Ochibanjo, helped to urge this man, Adeleke, the supposedly man that won election in Osun State. Aragbeshala was against him. Now he's fighting his brother. I'm telling you that the structure of APC in that state has collapsed, because the structure of APC in that state was what? Given unto him to handle. Now his political dynasty has crumbled because he's fighting his successor. Let me tell you, as an interior minister, he should be taking care of all the affairs of what? Within Nigeria, not without or outside. But nothing has been done. Operation insecurity-wise within the geography of Nigeria, nothing. He has nothing, no knowledge of that job. I'm telling you, all he knows is just paying eye service to the cloned president, estranged General Buhari, who died in 2017, and is now resurrected. All of a sudden, he resurrected because Britain helped them to do what? Face off.
Okay. Let's look at 16 governors support Tinubu's presidency.
16 governors that are supporting Tinubu's presidency. I thank you now. I'm thanking you people. I'm greeting you people, because all you know about Buhari, Tinubu's presidency, is to collect money from him. He has a lot of money that he has not spent, and we are going there to collect those money. You don't have any reason, no evidence to show the man that Nigerians are supporting him. Those governors, in fact, The states they are handling as their own states, are they in support of those governors? I mean the indigents of those states. Let alone Tinubu. You are solidarizing with Tinubu that is going to be Nigerian president comes 2023. How? How are you going to come out with evidences? Is it so glaring? Is it so glaring that he's going to win? Have you shown Tinubu if Nigerians are saying good things about him? Have you been able to tell Tinubu, see, Mr. Keke, Mr. Kafo, Yinka Adeyemi are saying good things about you? How can you just come up and say you are supporting Tinubu to win election 2023? Let me tell you, every canali in Nigeria does not like him. Even the trees, the stalks on the stems, the breeze, the atmosphere of Nigeria, they don't like him. How are you going to convince him that he will election come 2023? Okay, conduct an opinion poll from here to Adeni Jones. Everybody will say no. Foul. Conduct another opinion from here to Ondo State. Everybody will say foul. Go to Anambra State and tell them that Tinubu is going to win election. They will tell you that Ndigo is not going to vote for him. Those governors are deceivers. They are trying to eat his money. Baba, Ashwaju, they are deceiving you. Work hard. Investigate by yourself. Send your trustworthy agents. They should help you do what? Research, market research or market survey to know, opinion poll or survey to know if actually those governors are sincere. They are coming with what? Eye service. They are coming with what? Irony. Irony of what they are telling you. Opposite. Opposite is the case of what they are telling you. Nobody in this country likes you to be a president because they are afraid of you. You are not trustworthy. The people don't trust you. But you should have just done your work well before, leaning on the governors. Before what? Leaning on the governors. You shouldn't lean on anybody. Do your work. Make sure that you have bought people's mind. You have the qualification. Good. But Nigerians need a credible candidate. Somebody that can turn the economy around. Somebody that is not going to weigh us down with overtaxation. Somebody that is not going to weigh us down with tax everywhere. You're gonna do your work well. Examine yourself. Maybe by mere changing, rethinking, changing, rebranding yourself, you might turn out. Let's continue. So, let me tell you, Abokodi Kandibo, Abokodiko Kwaza, one of Igbo land, is working hard now to make sure that election in Anambra State holds comes November. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be easy. Something is missing there. That thing that is missing, if not found, there will be no election in Anambra State.
What is missing?
Somebody is missing. Let me use somebody. Nand is something. Nand is somebody. Nand is a whole embodiment of what? Institution that, that is engulfed with love. Nand is an institution of love. Nand is an institution of sacrifice. An instrument of sacrifice, while the other person is the one who brought it. If Nand is missing in Igbo land, there will be no election in Igbo land. Somebody is missing along the line. If that person eventually comes out, that is when we have found that thing that is missing. I said earlier, Nand should come out from dungeon first. They will reveal. They will need to do that. Do the needful. What is that needful? Remove him from dungeon, from DSS detention facilities. Now they should come to Anambra State, Abia State, Imo State, and present himself to the people that he is out. That is when we start negotiating peace, negotiating any election in Igbo land. Even come 2023, if Fernand is not found, if Fernand is still missing, I'm telling you, it will not be missing anyway. There will be action in missing in action. The missing is still in action. I'm telling you, Nand is missing, but you can see what is happening in the Southeast because the people of the Southeast have him in mind. He's our common hero. Everybody's hero in Africa. Everybody's hero in Nigeria. Nand has opened even Yoruba man's eyes. That's what Chowore has been following, pursuing him. Wherever he goes, he goes. Wherever you go, I follow you. That is Chowore. He said it. Pop and clear. Chowore tore his tie. He removed his tie and threw away. It is not time to dress corporate this time around. We are going to do the needful in Nigeria. We are going to rewrite the narrative of this country that has been written on a very dilapidated structure of the Fulani oligarchy. People from Sahel countries there have invaded Nigeria over the years, and we don't know that Nigeria was sold to Senegal, sold to Mali, sold to Chad, sold to Niger, sold to all these Sahel countries, and they are making us dry. And our southern politicians, they don't want to do their investigation. Nobody is a good writer in the southern Nigeria that would have performed that investigation and write a book that the whole world will read. It's not all about fighting. You can still write and change people's mind. I'm telling you, Nand has rewritten the narrative of Nigeria, and that is where everybody is capitalizing now. No election in Anambra State comes 2023 if this missing man has not been found. I'm telling you, void and noid. Election anywhere in Igbo land is cancelled. I'm telling you, with such audacity and prerogative, we are not going to hold election there if Nnamdi Kanu stay remains in the DSS detention. I'm telling you, I'm warning you, Malami, your classroom, AGF, classroom. You did not even go to law school, Enugu Law School. I'm telling you, you did not pass assessment exercise. You are just being appointed as AGF because Buhari is your brother. I'm talking to the world. Nigeria AGF is a school classroom AGF. He doesn't know anything about that job. He's there to tell us that Nnamdi Kanu sponsors terrorism, that Igboho from Oodua Republic sponsors terrorism. It sounds what? It twinkles any ear that hears it. That Nnamdi Kanu and Igboho, instead of Malami Chetima Yerima, Buhari and his co-hosts, who are sponsoring bandits and terrorism in Nigeria, he has done it against Igboho, Sunday Igboho, and then Nnamdi Kanu, that they are sponsoring terrorism. This is unfair now. You shouldn't have been saying this, man. It's uncalled for. People are just looking at you twice if you merit that office. Charima, Yerima, Malami, all of you, even Buhari, time is coming. And I want to tell you that whatever a man does on this life is going to live to face
admission scam. Why many vice chancellors may be prosecuted?
Wow, admission scams in Nigeria. I'm telling you that if you go through educational system in Nigeria, it isn't like the time of ours when we are invigilated with men with double barrel. No, I'm telling you, in Anambra State where I come from, you can't cheat. I'm telling you, I took exams. I don't mean one exam. In Anambra, old Anambra, that was, consisted of Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra. They vigilated us with arms. That's why I can't see anybody that went to Anglican school or any school in the southeastern Nigeria that will be blabbing. We make sure that we make our papers. We make our papers over there. But let me tell you, in some regions of this country, that's where they buy results. That's the first time of RAF hearing of what they call that center, something center. Special centers. It's when I come to Lagos. Nothing like that in Anambra State. We don't do that. So all those VCs, lecturers, come, I will lecture you. I will lecture them.
You lecture them.
I'm telling you, they are not qualified. They all cheated in the examinations. Don't you know that Ottoman Jubril Aminu, the former NNPC, Minister of NNPC, Minister of Petroleum, Jubril Aminu was made professor in 1990-89. 89-90. I was living at off London Street, off Odenibu, on the way to the man in Sukan, Benue, in 1989-90. Nsuka refused to honor Jubril Aminu as a professor. They said, come, you must stay with us for 8 months to 1 year before we could confirm that professorial certificate or whatever, professorship. I'm telling you, you don't merit it in Abu. You don't merit it anywhere in the northern Nigeria. You people are cheating. The man has to come for assessment exercise. I'm telling you, he came because they are cheating. This question here, I like this question from online. None of them merit it. The VCs we have are VCs like Ademolo Adetokumbo, Chimere Ikoku, somebody Chimere Ikoku. You understand? There was a time they were VC, Ademolo Adetokumbo in UNN. Somebody like Kenneth Onwukadike and the rest of them. The first VC in Nigeria, University of Ibadan. Those are the guys that merit what they, trying to sell out to the world that they are. I'm telling you, but currently, nobody. See, look at POP exercise. Go online. Look at NTA. Some graduates, Nigerian Youth Corps Service, people that are passed out from university, they ask them, what do you mean of NTA? He said, Nigeria getting one project, testing project. What's the meaning of POP? This pass out or whatever in the orientation camp, POP. They answer nonsense. See, sing national anthem. I watch it like this. Not the other version of Oh God of Creation, Director Noble Cause, guide our leaders right. Now just arise of compatriot. NYSC, they are singing nonsense. So this guy that asked this question is right. Many of the VCs, they are not qualified.
Many of the VCs. I'm
telling you, many of the graduates, VCs, I know get PhD, even PSC. They ask them, one of the youth corpers, how many years do you spend? Say 4 years. What do you mean of PS? You are Oga asked, then they interview. They were doing Bachelor of Science. They were doing the exercise in the orientation camp. If he said PS is the beginning of Guinea. I'm telling you, not play. They're not playing. Oga, they are cheating in the education sector. Something is wrong.
These things,
many things are wrong.
Malami, that's why I asked you the question.
Malami has not passed. Malami has not passed attitude test. Malami is not qualified to be there. Do you know what it takes a man to assume that post of justice? Do you know what it takes an American government, US, to make you justice of the Federation? America, they will see you as an embodiment of God, justice. You are God. Don't you know? They call him my Lord in America. Do you know the meaning of that? You are qualified. You can jail your son. Come in Nigeria and tell Malami to jail his son. He stole money. Malami was among the people that shared the oil tank. The oil tank, do you understand, in China? They sold it over $900 million. All of them, Magu shared. Malami shared it. Buhari shared it. And all of them. He was among AGF. Those people are thieves. Are you listening to me? They are thieves. He's not qualified. Okay. I'm telling you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian, my brother. And you, Nigerians in diaspora that are watching this program, I thank you all one by one. Regas.
Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning. Good morning.
I will start from the question I asked him. This is are to be investigated because of admission scam. That's from this paper. I think the point is why many vice chancellors may be prosecuted. That's from Oloyede. This is the point.
Do you really know that what Rab just said now? He has just said it all. Most of the Nigerian VCs are not qualified. Ranging from the north to the south, because the appointment of VC now is based on favoritism. You know who in government, they will appoint you as a VC of a particular university. In those days, we had somebody like Professor Jude Njoko from Umbise. We have Professor Unere. He died in plane crash. These are one of the best VCs we have from Futo and IMSU.
There are other VCs in the north.
There are other. Forget about. See, my brother. We have most of these professors. They are not qualified to assume that post. Most of them are just associates. But because you have somebody in power, they will just enroll you as what, a professor to a particular department. But most of them are just associates. They don't know what they are doing. Are you getting me? This, my brother, I went to seminary school. Mata Christi. Anybody that knows Mata Christi, that was where I schooled, my secondary school then. You cannot school as a Catholic student, and you find out that you are into examination malpractice. Even though where they are doing it, you just remove your face. Because that was what you are not trying to do that. It's not like somebody that went to Anglican school. I don't know if you're getting me. Now, in those days, I graduated from secondary school 2003. My set were supposed to be among the first set to have written NECO in this country. That was 2000. But due to they want you to have that full knowledge of what NECO is all about, we have to spend extra 3 years in the secondary school. I wrote my final exam in 2003. Are you getting me? Now, in those days, if you are not qualified to sit for exams, forget it. There's nothing like special centers. It was when I came to Lagos, when I went to so many places, so many states, I started hearing about special center. Somebody will pay 10,000 naira just for a while, but somebody will double that money times 10, like 100,000 naira, just because he wants to make his paper. If you go to we are very close to WAEC office here in Lagos, over here. If you go to that place, people don't normally write exams again. What they do, they go there, they pay in money, they give them WAEC. I don't know if you're getting me. And these are the kind of people that will assume tomorrow they will write jam. And the same VC will not enroll them as in VC's list. I have somebody during this post-aptitude test, that was around 2008. Then I was still in the University of Jos. Do you know that I have somebody from Ankano? He applied for computer science. He got about 270 in jam. We have to run as he have to come back for aptitude test. Somebody got 160. Because he's an outside man, they gave him that admission. But the person that got about 270 was not even. And when you forget about the scores he got in jam, when you should sit both of them, you know that the one, he was very, very inclined, very educated young guy. At the end of the day, he ended up at IMT, Enugu here. So if you look at what the question, the person that just asked this question, he really asked a very nice question. The educational system in Nigeria has just collapsed. Ralph just said it. I wanted to say it here. Was it 2 days ago? Somebody was asked, what is the meaning of NIN? They don't know. A core member. Can you sing NYC national anthem? Youth obey, the clarion call. None of them cannot even, some of them cannot even sing such. But these are people that will just come. That is why when you meet most of these core members, they don't want to be enrolled as a classroom teachers in their place of PPA. What they want is just to go to a ministry where they will sit down. Once it's 12 o'clock, they start telling the management they want to sign up, they want to go to their house. None of them. If the couples in this country are 100, believe me, 89% of them don't want to go into a classroom teaching. Because they don't know what they are doing. They don't know. The passage was not smooth. And who are the causes? The professors we have. You don't blame most of the professors. A country where we have no less than 300 professors, but we cannot produce ordinary toothpick in Nigeria. So it means that even the professors, they don't know what they are doing. Talking of the young graduates that are coming up. Thank you very much.
Okay, Yaya Bello says I will fix Nigeria in 365 days.
Who is Yaya Bello? Who is
Let me read it. Governor Yaya Bello says I will fix Nigeria in 365 days as president.
How many which state is he from? Is he not Kogi State? Has he been able to fix Kogi State? Kogi State, you and I knows. When I was staying at Abuja, that was you must have to pass through Kogi State before you get to Enugu. Or if you want to, you must pass through Kogi. How many times have we fixed Kogi State? If you are not mistaken, Kogi State and National State, they are one of the most poorest states in this country. Yes. Very poor. Very, very poor. So what has it fixed? Let them go and sit down. These are people that doesn't know, they have nothing to offer. They just want to, what do we call this? They don't want to climb a cheap popularity for people to notice that people like them. Because Kogi State, who knows Kogi State? You just want to say so that you and I will know that Kogi State is still in existence. What is in Kogi? Kogi State has not been fixed. My brother, I was born in Nasarawa State. And I know Kogi State very, very well. Are you getting me? Kogi State and Nasarawa State happens to be one of the most poorest states in this state, in these nations. And you cannot tell me that a state like Kogi State, you want to feast ordinary Kogi State, ordinary. You have not even feast Kogi State. Talk less of another. Let him go and rest, I beg. I don't.
Okay, NIN Sim Linkage, yet kidnappers, bandits, still collect ransom despite
That is
NIN Sim linkage.
That is to tell you that nothing is working. No any system is working in this country. Nothing is working. I used to say it and I'll continue to say it. The government knows the right thing to do. That you link my NIN to SIM, that does not give you the right that I, as a bandit, if I want to do what I want to do, I will not do it. They don't even know what they are doing. Imagine they will tell you that if you didn't link your NIN to your SIM by next month, it will be disconnected. Once it's that month again, they will say it has been postponed. That is to tell even them themselves, they are not honest to their word. So you cannot tell me the bandits, there are so many ways of stealing. I am not a criminal. I have never stolen things from anybody before. Are you getting me? But the bandits, whether you like, even though they are illiterate, we have educated one among them. Those people that are telling them these are the way forward, these are how to do things. So you are linking NIA to C doesn't give you the right that the bandits will not do whatever they want to do. It's just total waste of time. So forget it. If you still bring out another means, there's also another means that will be brought up by them. They know what they are doing. So the way you think you are smart, they are more smarter than you. It's not like most of these, you find out that they say somebody is a G guy, somebody is a criminal, somebody is a Yahoo guy. Do they sleep? Nothing good comes easy. They don't sleep, you know that. A Yahoo guy doesn't sleep. When you are busy sleeping, that is when he's busy cracking his brain on how to convince his clients. Are you getting me? But you cannot tell me that somebody, a bandit, if you are linking NIA, he's there thinking on how to bring out another diversity to extract money from people, to do whatever he wants to do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
We've come to the end of Bystanders and Newsstand this morning. I like this statement from Stewmaker. God won't bless the zoo, federal government of Buhari, full of bandits and terrorists. That is very, very funny. Okay, the way the StreamYard works, however, if you're going to give your opinion as short, as precise as possible, keep it short and simple, within 2 and 3 minutes. And sometimes you may be ahead of me, the anchor. You may be ahead of me. So when you are trying to give another point, I might listen to your last statement. So there's a gap, there's a space between your statement and what I hear. So you'll be ahead and I'll hear something you just said a few minutes ago. So that's the reason why that's Mr. Odezi. I'm very sorry for that thing that happened. And however, we'll resolve it. Thank you very much. I'm Christian Chiku on this edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. A big thank you to everyone that have spoken today and everyone that has participated on the live chat. We'll meet here tomorrow by God's grace. As we meet, we'll have more issues to discuss. We are on Facebook, E247, Facebook, E247, and also on Instagram, Flip3NG for more details. If you want to reach me on my Facebook account, Christian Chuku, as we get on from there. Bye for now, till tomorrow, as we meet by God's grace.